life is wild and beautiful and whack ass, as I was saying in the beginning. And today's activation is blowing my mind. So, just to have a little recap of what we have journeyed with so far. Um, First session was uninhibited and fully expressed unique self expression. Last week, we did a shining woman in her bigness and light. As the light worker she came here to be, slash, really doing it. And then today's activation, Wild Woman activation, is a playful, radiant woman. My entire conversation with my mother today was about me creating a journey for people around play. And then I read this after I got off the phone with her, and I was like, you can't make this stuff up. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to give you kind of a minute as usual to sit with this topic of play for you. What's the opposite of it? Seriousness, exhaustion, um, trauma response, whatever it may be for you. And what are your questions? What are your curiosities around how do I bring in play? What is the importance of play? Why do I feel blocked from play if I do it all? Wild woman, like a lot of these terms I didn't understand at first. I've been studying these for a lot of years. So, like, ask me questions if you're like, what the heck is that? Radiance is an inner beauty that creates outer beauty. It's a light, it's a playfulness, it's a flirt, it's a charm, I embody it. It's my sass that you probably feel a lot. Like that's radiance, right? Um, Playful radiance. And this conversation with my mother, which is what we're going to bring in today too, I do it without realizing I do it. And it's so in my bones. But I also realize how void our world is of it, how there is so much seriousness. And like I brought my family was in town a few weeks ago and I brought them to In-N-Out Burger because it was on their wish list. And they give stickers at the front to children. And I went up and was like, hey, can I have 4 packs of stickers, please? Um, and I just saw, because there's this little stage, you can put stickers on the stage, and it was like a blast. And I saw this like softening come when we were playing. And again, I was just telling those of you that came on, this was like from a vending machine. It was 50 cents. It was my friend's birthday yesterday. And I was like giving everybody 50 cents to get stuff from the little toy machine. But it's so normal to me to be the one that's coloring at the table that I just don't think that yeah, I just wonder why other people aren't thinking and seeing it that way. And so I really want to invite you and bring to the forefront, how can you bring, I know there's seriousness, right? I just told you, like, I went through the shit. So it's like, yes, and when things settle a little bit, could I have more permission to bring in my flirt and my lightness and my play? And could I realize how medicinal it is? Explain being enough and how it differs from being perfect. Ooh, that's a good one. There's a great meditation, and it's 4 sentences by Hedley DeRenzi. It's on YouTube for free. And it says, see if I can remember this. It says, I am enough. I have enough. There is enough. There is always enough. I am enough. I have enough. There is enough. There is always enough. And enoughness means, to me, my experience of it is on a spiritual level, on a soul level, I am whole and complete as I am in order to be loved, excuse me, I have sparkling water, in order to be loved, in order to carry out my soul purpose, in order to have money, like, right, all the things that we want, in order to live full bloom, aligned, magnificent. I am enough. I have enough. There is enough. There is always enough. I am not lacking. in anything, to have friends, to have love, to have money. And so there's a Jesus quote I love, nothing to hide, nothing to prove. I think it's a Jesus quote. A lot of people might have said that, but nothing. So I am enough means nothing to hide, nothing to prove. Within me is everything I need in my being and my doing to be a full expression of my soul's truth, of my light. And when we are not in that truth, here's the crazy thing, because we can manifest our thoughts and feelings and energy of lack, of not enoughness. We will see it, which this was my experience too. So I understand we will see it reflected in the world of form. But when we blur the world of form for a minute, not in denial, but like, as Jesus said too, he must be here helping us tonight, uh, in the world, but not of it. Then we're like, oh, that's existing out there. But I remember, and this is another lesson we're going to do. Wild Woman is powerful as fuck. And she creates, she knows her power. She can go, oh, in the world, but not of it. I see this manifestation. Same like with me the last 12 hours. Wow. I'm going to tend to that. And I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. Sifting, which I'll share more if it's something that's new to you. What does it feel like to be enough so that because I am the creator of that experience, obviously it was handed down to me, and I need to tend to it. And whoa, I can create by feeling into the feeling, the energy of enoughness, to have more experiences where, and this is what I mean by enough, I didn't have to prove, I didn't have to try. I aligned. I followed a joy. I followed an intuition. I loved an energy through me, and I aligned and I took the next step because I am enough.